What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the trans community comes for you?
Welcome back to the Crude Project, everyone. I'm here with Ant and Kevin the Two Cent, and as always, we've got a great episode for you guys. And
Let's not move too quick. We got ourselves a whole new setup here. If you guys haven't noticed, new chairs. You can't really see the tables yet. You'll see the tables soon. We got tables, chairs, lighting, soundproofing.
a little bit,
You know,
it's a little different. Yeah, we've got a
all kinds of crazy stuff going around here.
yeah, we changed up the scenario, changed up the spot. I think it's a little better. It's a little homey. I like it.
Yeah.
Not
Done yet. We still
it's
have
not done. Yeah,
a little bit more.
we still got a little bit more to complete with the place. So stay tuned for that, and let us know how you guys like the new spot that we got so far. And
So today we're gonna be going over three individuals who may be facing jail time over riding a scooter.
yeah, that was tragic, bro. Well, what's happening to them is shockingly tragic.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, 3 teens who. Let me get my paperwork here. Good Lord. 3 teens facing charges over a potential hate crime because they put skid marks on a mural in Washington, Spokane.
The mural was trans flag.
It was a
On the
whole
streets.
LGBTQ train. I think it's like the
Yeah, the whole LGBTQ colors, flag, whatever.
Right.
That's painted on the streets, on the sidewalks nowadays, on just about any city, any blue city that you can think of, and they're kind of bleeding over to the red states as well. It's honestly become. So here was my thing about that. Okay, when I heard that, first of all, I got a little shocked. Right, I was like, this can't be real, because
sounds a little excessive.
extremely excessive, right? But then, why, if you care about that flag so much, why are you plastering it all over the streets when people will
Drive?
be for sure driving on it, walking on it, stepping on it? If you care about a flag that much, then you should be raising that up on some pole
Building.
or something, right?
Yeah,
On a
it should
building,
be
on a
flying.
pole. It should be high, flying, right? If you care about it so much, I feel like they're doing that shit on purpose to
Bait people.
bait people. Exactly.
It definitely feels like bait because so it was considered a hate crime now
Yeah.
because there was a law passed. I have that written down. June 6th, there was a law put into notion, the SB 5917. This is only for Washington State, which
Yeah.
states the defacement of public property can be considered a hate crime. So, because the sidewalk is public property and
Yeah.
it has the mural, they doubled down. They were able to double down in a sense, but I'm meaning by because it's public property, so now it can be a hate crime in somehow, and because it's Pride Month and it was the LGBTQ plus
Right.
flag, so then it was against a group of people, which could also be considered a hate crime.
Bro, I don't, there's so many other things that we could kind of name that can be considered hate crime, but they're going after this. 3 teenagers leaving some skid marks on a mural.
Right.
I don't understand how this can be considered as a hate crime. Like I said earlier, if you don't want that to happen, don't put it on the streets.
Well, why'd you put it on the road when they're going to be riding on it? It's honestly, this happened last year, and I think it even happened the year before that, where people were doing burnouts
Yeah.
on the flags they painted on the roadways. It's 100% bait. It's 100% bait because they have them on as flags, but I just don't see why and they charged them with a $15,000 bond
Yeah.
that was going to be charged to repaint the mural. People of the city of Spokane are complaining that they have potholes, that the roadway, of course not where they're painting these murals, probably completely smooth.
Mm-hmm.
They have potholes from the previous winters that are not fixed, but they're spending $15,000 in paint
Yeah.
to put on the road for a month's time. Well, I don't know if that mural is going to stay there. The year prior to it, people repainted it white. In May of this year, it was caught fire. They set it on fire. It's bait. It's just all it is. It's bait, and it's a waste of time and money to be doing something like that on the road.
$15,000 just to put something temporary on the streets where you know that it's gonna get ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Even if people are not doing it on purpose, it will get ruined over time.
Right.
For sure.
Pointless.
It's extremely pointless. And how many years were these kids being charged?
So by the new law, it's considered a felony, first off.
Okay. That's insane, first of all.
Yeah, and so the maximum of what it should be eligible for years in jail is 5, but they were trying to be tried for 10 years. I don't think so only one individual was named. He was 19. The other 2 were minors. So I don't know what exactly is happening with them. But he was let off on his own. And he said he'd never go near the sidewalk where it was happening or the intersection again. I don't know if the case is still ongoing, to be honest. But
thing is, I think, bro, they're making they're doing this to this extent because I think they're trying to send a message.
Yeah,
they're trying to send a message, and it's not helping them. Honestly, it's shit like this when people see normal people, when normal people should see things like this. It only makes the situation for the opposing people, the alphabet community, it makes it for them worse, honestly, in my opinion, because you're just more fuel on the fire when people already don't like it, how much they're shoving it down people's throat, you know?
Right.
So you're just making the situation even worse. Like, people never had problem with gay people, honestly. When was the last time people, like, gay people are not that excessive with this, honestly. Even gay people, like, I saw multiple.
Be included.
Yeah, gay people don't even want to be included with all these, like, trans and LGBTQ and all this shit. They don't.
Some are. Like, there are some extremists, you know?
Yeah.
Just because I already know somebody's going, well, actually.
Yeah,
I already
there
know that's
is
going to happen.
Sure.
Like, there's always exception to the rule, but majority, yeah. Like, so my sister, my sister's gay, and I talked to her about all this kind of stuff. You would never know. She doesn't tell people. She just did that. She has, rainbow stuff in her room, or she has like a keychain, but she doesn't have like a giant flag that flies off the back of her car. She doesn't literally have to announce that she's gay to everyone, everywhere, every time she enters or leaves a building.
Or ask someone to use the correct pronouns.
She doesn't do that. She doesn't do that shit either way. But she, it doesn't, what I'm saying? Like, it's her life, right?
Yeah.
She does her life her way. But it's not like she doesn't not make everyone else have to step and dance to her tune. And that's the part where it starts to become, yo, you don't like how I do things? Too bad you have to. Now, granted, these kids, I'll level, and I'll say they shouldn't have skid marked on it. It's a little disrespectful.
Okay,
I'll give that. It is disrespectful, but
I got a rebuttal on that, though. The thing is, sure, these kids shouldn't have done that, and they are being a little disrespectful with that, sure. But honestly, they're kids. They're minors. At the end of the day, the offense is not that big. It's a slap on the wrist type of thing, and be on your way. Don't do this shit again. For them to be being excessive with the sentencing, for the charges that they've pressed on these kids, for how many years that they want them to be sentenced to jail. That no,
I'd agree with that.
Absolutely
way
unacceptable,
too much.
bro.
Wait, that's over the top. That's too much. Like, definitely, slap on the wrist. But you're gonna have people who don't agree with other things, and that's an opinion base. And one could almost argue.
Yeah.
Now it's a hot take right here.
Okay.
I'm a hot taker right here. They had their opinion, so the LGBTQ community expressed their own opinion and beliefs as the mural. Somebody else expressed it with tire marks. Hey, don't come at me. I'm just saying.
Right.
That's their own expression.
I'm in between you guys in terms of what I think.
Sure.
Like the 2 kids that are minors, they're kids. Like, kids do some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Should they have done that? Probably not. And they're gonna learn from it. The 19-year-old, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Well, come on.
Could you imagine yourself at 19? Do you think you would do something like that?
Well, honestly, I think it depends on person to person where your maturity level is
Yeah.
at certain age.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, sure, like even if you ask some of my friends, I was more mature than my age was, you know, but guys in general, and these were three kids, right?
So the other
three
two
guys.
minors, they never specified.
It was three guys. I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was three boys, and but my point is that guys in general don't necessarily grow up until they're like honestly like 30 years old or some shit. How many things how many videos of guys doing dumb shit have you seen versus girls doing dumb shit?
Oh, well, that's
and
the
then-
whole thing. Why
yeah,
we, why
and
they
it's
live
like,
longer
oh,
than we do.
Guys doing dumb shit, and it's like, oh, you know, how many videos of that have been out there, and just like, oh, this is why girls live longer because boys do dumb shit like this, or you know,
I mean,
there's
that's true.
It's because boys' maturity level it's just you can't get it out of them that quickly. It's just, you know, girls obviously mature a lot older.
I guess
It's documented differently too.
Hmm?
If you had the court system is sexist. They will, if two people, woman, man,
Yeah,
same charge,
yeah.
they're usually lenient.
That's very true too. Like that's a hot take as well. So what would have happened if these were three girls? Would the charges have been pressed on three girls as
Dude, honestly,
severely
if I
as
was a
this?
19-year-old, I would have been like, oh, I'm gay.
It's to play devil's
I
advocate.
identify as
Gay.
guy.
Gay.
Gay. You are gay. Why are you gay?
I'll be glizzy goblin, dog. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. My scooter came out from under me. It was going wild.
If they get the 5 years, yeah, maybe.
Think we'll be gay after.
Yeah, they were gay. If they weren't before, they are now.
Soaps for days.
Hang that phone up. I'm feeling romantical. Come here, kiss me on the mouth. What movie is that from? I don't remember.
I saw that scene recently.
I think
on a reel.
that's not from The Longest Yard, is it?
No, I don't think so.
I can't remember what it's from. That's a funny movie though.
The Longest Yard. Yeah, that was funny too.
Oh, that was the guy, the big dude that keeps beating his head on the wall, right?
Oh, Turley.
Yeah.
The Great Khali.
Hey, they say we looked alike. I just wanted to see. All right, I'm gonna go poop. I'm gonna go change my pants. Shit.
Anyways, digressed. Okay, yeah, but anyways, this.
Get back to business here.
Nah, I just honestly I found all of this shit ridiculous. And you know what? One other news about related to the same topic. Not too long ago, I would think it was a couple weeks ago or so, that Peru, the country Peru, they announced that they will recognize every LGBTQ person as a mentally ill person.
I think that's a little excessive. That's a little excessive.
Tell me how you really feel, Peru.
Good Lord. I think that's a little excessive. Like gay people be gay, right? What?
Right.
What? Like do whatever. Even like trans people, like if we don't agree with like how they do things, like that's one thing. But like, you know what I'm saying? If they got the money to chop and add,
Yeah,
dude, they're
Chop
gonna
an ad.
dude, whatever, dude. If they're doing the Lego Foundation on this sort of thing, dude, do whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's your money. But just know, hey, sometimes when it's gone, you can't freeze dry that thing back on. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Like personal business is your personal business.
yeah.
But for the whole country to be like, you're mentally ill, now that, yeah, people in this country want to say like, oh, I'm oppressed as being gay. How about you go to Peru now?
Yeah.
Go to Peru and then
You know,
But it's
maybe
not
this
honestly-
is a result of the hard push from like the alphabet community,
And
it's like an equal and opposite force.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know what? F- this, we're tired of this.
You know, the other thing is, I don't even want to put full fault on just their community because it's becoming such a look. It's a political thing now. They're getting so much political ride from it now.
Yeah.
It's like the political
For
aspect
example,
of it is
you hear about, different countries. Oh, first gay president, first,
Yeah.
and now it's political.
True.
Well, even here with like, the statute that was the law that was put in place, it was a loophole so that they could, start convicting people for being a hate crime against the gay community. And I mean, it is that I mean, granted it is like against, it is kind of like a hate crime more or less, but like I can't 100% put all the fault on the LGBT community on being that full push when now the political aspect, our political parties are now putting such a drive to be like, yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that.
That's true, but I do agree. I do agree, but I still don't think that something like this, as like, deserves excessive amount of punishment like this, because if you want to compare, let's do a little bit of a comparison.
Sure.
Washington State, right,
Mm-hmm.
to Washington D.C. There was during the pro-Palestine protests that were happening in Washington D.C. Do you guys remember those? There's how many of the statues? There was over four or five statues that were in Washington near the White House that were defaced and vandalized and everything, right? Well, those are public property as well. Those are the Capitol's property. So why didn't any of those people
specifically
get
because
arrested or investigated or any charges pressed against them? Why not for that? But something like this does, and what was it, 5 years? 5 years in jail?
Well, that's because it was just Washington State that decided that they were going to put this forward.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a nationwide thing, and it was just Washington State decided. But even they had statues in Portland. I think it was Portland. I think it was
Portland, Oregon.
No, there's another place.
I think it was Portland, Oregon. Yeah. But as I say that with the people vandalizing the statues and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
The pro-Palestine, like, we cannot forget the people that were making all of these peaceful protests violent. It was a whole bunch of George Soros agents, basically, inserted in these peaceful protests to purposefully make them violent. So some kind of chaos can break out, more violence, police can start arresting people, things like that. So we can't forget that the people that vandalize statues could possibly be those supposedly pro-Palestine, quote, supporters that are doing this, but are not really supporters. They're actually like, sleeper agent type of people that are just inserting themselves to just cause problems, some kind of violence in the peaceful protests. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why maybe those people that were doing the vandalism on these statues and public properties weren't getting arrested, investigated, or charged with anything, and they just got away scot-free.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's really what I think that's happening. Now, this is also speculation, so I'm not saying this is really what happened, right? It's just speculation. There's a lot of people that have kind of like, started connecting dots, and we're kind of doing the same thing, connecting dots. Why this is happening on one end with these 3 kids like this, and then why it isn't happening. This almost the same thing happening with public property vandalism and everything, right?
Yeah.
But nothing is coming out of that. So there's a lot of contradictions that are happening. There's a lot of hypocrisy.
No, there definitely is. Definitely is, because but again, this is why they made that statute only in the state of Washington.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a big gay community in Washington, so it's an easy, like we said, it's a loophole and it's bait. It's a big just amount of bait. for that. But also, I remember this comment, and this is one of the comments I'll read for you guys. That was from one of the articles we had found on the topic. That they said they realized how much damage was done in Portland. Statues were thrown over, paint everywhere, thousands upon thousands of dollars of damage. No one was arrested. Statues will not be fixed or replaced. The double standard shows itself once again. Now, do we know if there's a Portland in Washington, or is it only Portland, Oregon? Because I know of the Portland, Oregon, but I don't remember if it's... Now, if there's a Portland... Kev, can you see?
Okay.
If there's a Portland...
See if there's a Portland, Washington. I haven't heard of a Portland, Washington, but I don't
think so. I think it's only Portland, Oregon. But I mean,
Portland, Oregon. But Portland, Oregon is like kind of the same region, and they're pretty...
Right. But that would only solidify that double standard. Like if there's a Portland actually in Washington, which I don't think there is, but what they're still saying, like what you said, there were statues in DC that were torn down. There is. So
Portland, Washington, Portland, Oregon.
So if they're referring to the Portland, Washington, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened? We have statues that are being defaced, torn down, paint thrown on them. They're not being replaced.
That's even a bigger issue and bigger hypocrisy than Washington D.C.
Exactly.
To be honest,
Exactly.
because that's in the same state. Literally just a different county.
Then nothing's being done. Then on top of that, they have the camps of homeless people having a literal drug ring on the sidewalks out in the open.
Yeah.
But we're going to spend $15,000 to repaint on the road, no less, on the road.
Yeah.
And that this will be the third time, I believe,
Yeah.
second or third time this year they are repainting it. And if it's like $15,000 to repaint it over skid marks on an e-bike.
Right.
And even furthermore to the hypocrisy, and we already know this for a fact, Pride Month is the only month companies care about gay people. And if you think anything less than that, you're wrong.
Here's a question though. Pride Month, right?
Yep.
And then on top of that, how many different like personal days do they get? The alphabet community, I mean, the LGBTQ community. Holidays, days of awareness, days of observation. Throughout the year, there is, I believe last time I kind of looked into this, and it was like over 40 of them throughout the year, you know? And then they get a whole month for this as well.
Yeah.
Where is the month for
Whites.
white? What?
I didn't know you were going to follow with me on that one. I was just...
Where? Well, but where? No, honestly though, seriously, where is the month for like, let's just Americans, patriots.
You get July
Patriots
4th.
are this. You get one day, July 4th,
Or
your
Veterans
Independence Day,
but, Veterans Day is not really.
that's different.
They only get one day.
And July 4th is just the Independence Day of the country. Honestly,
Yeah.
where is the
America
celebration?
month.
Yeah, American month.
Eagle sweat. That's what we need, dude.
little Helldivers reference.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, so my point on going back to how companies
Yeah.
like they only care about the pride community in the month of June.
Yeah.
And I see it all over. You see all the companies change their logo to show the pride colors.
Yeah.
Great, cool. But it's, oh my gosh, as soon as this month is over, that shit is thrown in the trash so fast. The scooter company, Lime,
Yeah.
doubled down and said, we will not let this atrocity go unpunished.
Atrocity.
We will make sure that the full extent is done to these gentlemen, and this will never... You do not care more than the end of this month.
Right.
And they say we fully support, Okay.
The amount of dollars.
I bet you do, and I bet you don't cause a tax write-off at the end of the year when you donate that money to whatever community you say you back. Now, if you were to really be supportive, you're not going to make a tax write-off,
Yeah.
but I guarantee they do. And that's why I just don't. That's so much hypocrisy. But like, the pride community, like, they feed on it, right? It's such a big push, and then the rest of the year they probably feel like they're just neglected, or they're they are being
Dog,
oppressed.
what do you mean neglected?
I'm
They are
telling you,
the most celebrated and observed people, and they wanted to make sure that that is how they are viewed, and that's how they're treated special and all this shit. Throughout I mean, like I just said, they have over 40
that's a lot. That is a
over
lot.
40 days just dedicated towards them. No pun intended. And
Actually,
and then a whole month.
so that kind of reminds me of, there was an interview that was with Morgan Freeman, and it was about Black History Month and racism. You remember what he said?
Yes, I remember that, and that interview was with Don Lemon, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember who the interviewer was, but I remember
was-
when he told him, he was like, what do you think, what do you feel about Black History Month and, like, to stop racism? He's like, we don't need it.
Yeah.
Like, we just stop doing it. Like, every time
Stop talking about it.
Right, stop talking about it. Every time you put it on the forefront, it gives people something to hate about. It gives people a reason, and it's not saying that you have to be able to think about it in a different mindset other than don't talk about it. Oh, okay, I can't say I'm gay. And then, you get people who just can't, like, swallow their own thoughts for a second and
Right.
hear what someone's telling you.
They swallow other things.
They do, and that's the problem. They have to go to the hospital often for that kind of thing. But they have to hear the
Okay.
fact that you can still celebrate every day who you are for you. But the moment you have to, like, it has to be known for everybody. Get out of here. You have to be known for everybody.
Get out of here, plant.
Yeah. Then it's no longer. Is it for you anymore? And that's where Morgan Freeman. I wholeheartedly feel if nobody had to specifically have all of these observation days, like some of them as a country whole, I feel are different.
Yeah.
But as an individual or a group of people, why does anybody, not even just the gay community, like anybody, why do they need an observational day for that?
I feel like it's a little bit of a victim mentality too. Don't you think? Honestly, like I feel like it's a little bit of victim mentality involved in that. Oh, we're the oppressed people. Give us more attention. Give us more rights. Give us more of everything.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, like I'm saying, like if you just, people are people,
but it's
like,
not like
you could just spend whatever day you have off, celebrate it, get your friends together. Why do you have to? Why do we have to wait till 1 month? Why do we have to have the Black History Month? Why do we have to have the Pride Month? Why do we have to have any kind of Asian month?
you celebrate it every day.
Just
what do you mean?
you are you
Go about
it
it in a normal sense.
every weekend, dude. Go to the gay bar. If you want to have like Black History Month, gather your family together. Remember, relearn your history. You don't have to wait till a time of the year to then remember you're black or remember you're gay. I don't understand.
Or
why.
celebrate it more over the top just for that whole month. You
Right.
can celebrate it throughout the whole year just normally. Honestly.
And that's what I think. That's what I think we should do. And then then now we gotta write it on the road and then wonder why people are driving on it. I can't. I'm about to eat this Snicker vein side down.
Eat the Snicker. You're not you. You need to have your Snickers.
I'm about to put this vein across my old tongue. Eat the Snickers long ways. I can't.
Dude, when he said that shit yesterday,
Nom. This guy with the
Kinda.
he was like, I'm gonna eat this Snickers vein side down.
All right, we're ready to
Yeah,
wrap
that's
it up
about-
here, huh?
Yeah, we are. Well,
That will be our last episode. We're being canceled again.
again. Well, we've been shadow banned so far. Now I think maybe we'll get canceled.
It is what it is.
Well,
Happy Pride Month.
There it is. Happy Pride Month. Yeah.
yeah, I guess Happy Pride Month. Kev says Happy Pride Month. Well, guys, that's all we got for you guys today. We thought this was an interesting topic. This was something interesting that happened, and we wanted to cover it. And we wanted to give our thoughts, opinions, 2 cents, Kevin the 2 cent, and our perspective. So we're looking forward to you guys' comments in the comment section. So if you guys got any value from the episode today, leave your likes, drop your thoughts in the comment section, and follow us for more content like this. Go over to our Spotify channel and follow us for a great commute listen. And we'll see you guys next time.
Happy Pride Month.